I don't recall the year, but in one of the early videos, Bill had everyone singing a song that I wrote called "I'm Feeling Fine," up-tempo song, happy song, and I had never heard it sung by a group that large of professional singers. And I was sitting sort of up in what you might call the balcony, where the noise was pretty loud, the sound. And I sat there and I just soaked it up, and I felt like I was kind of in heaven. And we came to the end of it, and Bill said, "Hey, Mosey, any special meaning to that song that you can think of?" And I couldn't think of a word to say. I was still just carried away, and I just went, "I don't know." And at that moment, I really didn't. But that moment was a special moment for me, and I think it's that way with every songwriter who hears one of his own creations sung that well. And of course, I've heard the same groups sing quite a few of my songs down through the years, and each one is special. But my mind always goes back to that one.
One thing that I can think about this whole thing of us getting together is just I love the fellowship. I love being with the people and the meaning of the songs and what they have brought me through and the experiences I've been in my life, the places that we get to go, the people that we get to meet all over the world. And and it's like we have this common denominator that we have an experience with Jesus Christ and how He has brought us through things, how He has kept us and protected us. And it's these songs that we sing that have such truths, such meaning in them, that has brought so much comfort even to me. And now my little grandson that's 3 years old, he's singing these songs, and he wants me to turn on videos. And the one song that I can remember that he sings now is "I'm so glad Jesus lifted me," and he thinks it's saying, "I'm so glad Jesus looked at me." And it's like, it doesn't really matter if you've got the words right. It's the whole spirit of the thing. And one experience that I can really that I really remember is in Israel, when we were there singing, and after we had finished singing "Holy Ground," there was like this hush that came over that place. And nobody wanted to move. They just wanted to stand there and just be in that awesome place, feeling the presence of God. And I am so glad that I'm able to be a part of something like that and to be an instrument in that, and to bring so much joy and so much comfort and so much peace and encouragement to people, that no matter what they're going through, that there is a God who cares, and one who understands, and one that loves them. And you can make it. He will see you through.
You asked me how this has impacted my life. It's impacted my life greatly, being a part of this whole family. Because this is like a family. These people are some really good folks. I came into this thing from left field, so to speak. And Bill had invited me up because we'd worked together in the studio. And his pitch to me, I never will forget it. He said, "You'll come, you'll sing a lot of songs, you'll meet some great people, we'll feed you, and you'll have a ball." And that was his pitch. And he's lived up to everything that he promised. Because we've sung an awful lot of songs since I showed up. I've been around now for 11, maybe 12 years. And this has literally changed my life. I was languishing in obscurity, doing studio jobs and studio dates. And now I'm getting emails from people from as far away as Africa. Oh goodness, London, Ireland. I've had them from Korea. I don't know people that far away, man. It's just a testimony to how God's used this thing, this homecoming thing. And it's connected with so many people. And it's very humbling to be a part of it. It really is. It's hard to put into words. I don't know if I have the vocabulary or the means to do that, but it's been a great blessing. It's been a blessing from God to know too that something we do sometimes in a studio, and we're just all sitting around singing a song. I've had people tell me that a lady dying of cancer used one of the songs we had sung to witness to people about Jesus. That's powerful. We weren't there spreading the message. We were singing the message, you know. We're singing about God's love, and we all love each other when we sing, and it shows. And God takes, what's the old song? Little is much if God is in it. He takes what little we do and turns it into a great big something. So being a part of that, I feel like I'm the luckiest boy in the world. Just being a part of the kingdom.
On the second homecoming video, my husband Paul and I were a part of it, and Bill had invited us to come. And right after that videotaping, my husband Paul died. And I was watching that video where I think we were singing Sheltered in the Arms of God. And this had been probably 2 years after the video had been released, but I was watching it one day, and I noticed on the chorus, that the storms rage high, they don't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. And the camera caught my husband Paul, who is now in heaven, but the camera caught him, and he had his hands raised as if to say, I know I am safe in the arms of God. And I'm so grateful to have that visual to remind me of where he is. And I think he knew where he was about to go. Kind of makes me want to go. So I'm thankful for the videos to help me to be reminded of these last few years of my journey.
Well, I have been involved in a lot of these, and it's been the joy of my heart. It's, first of all, when I started traveling with the Kingsman Quartet in 1975, a lot of the people that were my heroes had already retired from gospel music. And the first video that I was a part of, I think was about the second or third one. I'll never forget walking into that room and seeing all of the folks like Hovey Lister, Howard and Vestal, that I had always dreamed of being with. And then not only to be there with them, but I looked around and there we were singing together, you know. And of course, for anyone that loves Southern gospel music, that's always a dream of yours. And I was thinking on that day specifically, the Lord has given me the desire of my heart to be able to sing with these folks. As I travel from place to place in my individual concerts, many people comment on how that these homecoming videos have not only been entertaining for them, but they have certainly had a ministry with them themselves. A lot of folks in some places who in Alaska have come up to me and said, this is really our church service. They may live in some area or maybe that they cannot get to church too often, or in that case be snowed in for a few weeks, and they say we keep our library of the homecoming videos as our church service. And I think that the Lord has used it even in a greater way than even Bill ever dreamed that it would be used.
I feel so very humbled to begin with, just to get to be a part of it. In fact, I was one of the first old people that Bill ever called when he wanted to get the old people together. And just to be a part of it, you know, at my age, and I don't travel like I used to all the time, many people wouldn't even know where Eva Mae was or if she was still alive. But here I am today. I am so blessed to be a part of this. I love people, and I love the Lord. And this is a chance for me to sing and to talk to people about how much I love the Lord and what heaven's going to be in the end. It's great, great.
I started out these videos on one called Reunion. It was back in the early 90s. And I was there just to look out for a fellow named James Blackwood that I was singing with and helping at the time. James had had some health problems, and He and Jim Hill and I rode together to the studios in Nashville. Little did we know, mostly me, that we would be a part of something that was so widespread and that would touch people in not just the quartet circuit or the gospel music circuit, but even broader than that, much broader than I ever thought. People have come to me and told me from around the world what these videos have meant to them. The music, the testimonies, and they've all been very, very grateful. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm so grateful to the Lord for letting me be a part of these Gaither videos.